Okay, we have our artist of the week, Jean-Michel Basquiat, and he was quite a guy. And there's a lot to learn. He was very beloved. He was very short-lived, but he was a very beloved artist in his time. Very much appreciated in his time, his short time here. And what you're gonna see is a graffiti-style artist with a very energetic, very messy style, but with a lot of meaning to his work. So. There's the bell. Now, Jean-Michel Basquiat was actually really popular in the same time as Andy Warhol and Keith Haring. They were all friends, which was pretty cool. And let's remember that Keith Haring and Andy Warhol were a couple of our artists who were great at bridging the gap between high art and low art, and so was Jean-Michel Basquiat. So, Basquiat got his start basically as a graffiti artist, tagging walls in New York. And he had this tagline, Samo. Okay, so people started to pick up on this because they would see this signature on these graffiti pieces throughout the city. And Samo stood for same old crap, basically, which was the idea of Jean-Michel being really fed up with racism and white privilege. And it is something that is real in this country. It is kind of ingrained into our history, and we're working on, making that better. But it is real. So real, in fact, that Basquiat kind of experienced it himself with his friend. Now, this is his friend to the left, Michael Stewart. Who was out one night and was accused of tagging a wall. And Michael's girlfriend said he wasn't, but he was accused of tagging a wall and was brutally beaten by white police officers in New York. And usually, if you're arrested, you're taken off in handcuffs. But this poor guy had to be taken out on a gurney to the hospital because they beat him so badly. He eventually died a couple weeks later. The policemen who were guilty of this crime were taken to court, but then acquitted of all charges, which kind of proves the fact of the white privilege and the sense of racism. So again, Basquiat, same old crap. Really, really tired of it. Now, over time, Basquiat was... Oh, this is a painting that goes along with the story of Michael Stewart, Basquiat's friend, of him getting beaten by police officers and confronted by police officers. And you can see here it says defacement with a question mark, because was he really actually defacing anything? Probably not. Now, people started to recognize Samo all over, and then found out who Basquiat was, and the art world really just embraced him. He was being basically invited into galleries and I think even museums to feature his art, which is a big deal because usually we see more classic kind of paintings getting all the honor, paintings of religious scenes and history and beautiful oil paintings. But these messy graffiti-like pieces were just really embraced by the public, probably because it was something different. It was new. It was gritty. Basquiat talks a lot about history and some cultural appreciation. What you'll see is the crown in a lot of his pieces. Actually, from before, I do believe I saw a crown. See, there's a crown in the middle here, if you can follow my arrow. And the crown represents this honor that he wants to give to Black men, athletes, musicians, writers, poets, artists. That crown, that king status, was his way of bringing praise to men of his race and men of his culture. So you'll see some of that. Now, it would be great if you took the time to watch this video, which you can if you open up the slides. But that's pretty much it for Basquiat. Unfortunately, he passed away very early in life, at about 28 years old. But these are the notes that you'll need to copy into your notebook. So he was born in Brooklyn. His dad was from Haiti, and his mom was Puerto Rican descent. At 8 years old, he was hit by a car, and while he was healing, his mom got him this Grey's Anatomy textbook where he kind of got obsessed with anatomical drawings. Here's his little tagline again, SAMO, which stands for same old, as in same old crap. And again, people started really embracing him into the art world so that he could be a successful artist, like Andy Warhol, like Keith Haring. And that's pretty much it. So go ahead and copy these notes into your notebook, and then use them for the quiz.